Welcome back to Tech, Tesla, and Trends. I've been having some conversations with teachers at a couple of schools about ChatGPT and how they're utilizing it within their classroom as this trend emerges into the public and how it will be utilized by the next generation. And one of the things that is of particular concern for these teachers is a trend that they see where the students simply accept what is kicked out by the AI. And there is a particular instance here that I think is really important that I've touched base on a time or two in the past. That is, we can't assume that this is sentient because it isn't. It's a really smart encyclopedia capable of regurgitating what it has ingested. And the things that we provide it in our chat windows as part of that conversation with that large language model. It is very critical as we discuss ChatGPT and any other large language model with students that we explain to them in detail how to create a prompt, but also what is being regurgitated to them, so that they understand that yes, this is a black box of sorts, but this black box isn't magic. It is not the AI of anime or some other science fiction story that they may enjoy. It is part of an algorithm that is generating words, and it doesn't necessarily know how the first word and the third word are connected. It's generating it based on its own spaghetti mind of how that large language model is constructed. And that's a wonderful thing. It's amazing what it can do, but it is nothing more than a super smart book that you can pull information out of. It's able to kick it out to you for your utilization. But again, once you have its regurgitated or created version of it, generated version is probably the better choice. It is incumbent upon you, again, here, you are the creator. You are the one who is going to have to identify what's actually intelligent in that paragraph. I've noted many times that there's only one paragraph in this response that makes any sense. Or these 3 paragraphs are okay, but this one, it has the strength. Or more often than not, the first and the last are just regurgitations of what you've asked with a little bit of political salt and pepper added in. That's not necessarily entirely useful to your particular conversation that you're attempting to have with that large language model. Learning how to mine the jewels out of the large volume of dirt that gets deposited on your screen, so to speak. This is really what is necessary when you are utilizing a large language model. If you accept the first draft out of it, you are perhaps missing out on a slightly better or improved process. If you would mine out the gems, reinsert those, and build upon that. This is really about creating prompts that enhance the response from that large language model. As you do that, as you teach these students how to trust their own intuition about the responses and to understand that it is not sentient, this is not magic, this is a process that has to be followed. And as you utilize this tool, you are able to create something that is perhaps better than what you could have gotten on your own. And that's okay. But it is, again, a collaborative process that I believe is critically important for the student to understand. If they are working with it from the mindset of, this is not just me, but I am going to utilize this, I'm going to edit it, I'm going to do a little bit more research to verify, that is a process that is not only sustainable, but it's one that can lead to an improved process of writing. And as far as like utilizing it for writing code or for writing stories or for whatever else you might be able to think of, one of the things I'm experimenting with now is analyzing historical documents and looking at the compare and contrast between two separate writers and the points that they are discussing. Some of those you can see on my Medium writing, and I'll drop a link in the description there for those articles where I'm discussing Frederick Bastiat and Henry George and some of the similarities that they have in their discussions. But it's important that you look at this as an opportunity to experiment with large language models. They are not sentient, and that's an important thing to keep in mind. It is a really useful tool, a very sharp tool, and one you can definitely hurt yourself with if you misuse it. But it is nonetheless a tool for your use. Always keep in mind, you are the creator. Use this tool with wisdom. As Uncle Ben said to Peter Parker, with great power comes great responsibility. Well, with great large language models comes your responsibility to interpret and to verify and build a better process of writing with that particular tool that has been given to you. So let's carry this on in the carry this conversation on down below in the comments. Feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll talk about this and other things related to tech, to Tesla, and to trends. And if you don't think the large language models are related to Tesla, they are. We'll talk about that another day, though. Have a good night.